Yes, sir.
So, our course title is Tools and Techniques of Merchandising, and I will be with you for this semester. I am Professor Masoom. I am working at Bangladesh University of Textiles as a professor and head of the department, and I am also teaching students at NSCU, IUB, VUP, and EU University, International Standard University. And before teaching career at Bangladesh University of Textiles, I was also a banker, full-time banker. Before banking career, I was working for Grameen Phone Limited. So I'll try to use my experiences and also academic knowledge to enrich you to be a perfect merchandiser. So if you join the lectures, if you are attentive in the classroom and read the materials we supply, I think you will be a very good merchandiser. Merchandising here is ultimately a important wing of the marketing department. So merchandising in another way, if we go to discuss about the different types of business, say for example, there are some manufacturing business, there are some service business, there are some merchandising business. And in that point, merchandising means buying and selling product. Super shop. When you visit Shopno, Agora, Meena Bazar, these are all merchandisers. Their merchandising means buying and selling product. They do not produce any product. Shopno. What they do? They buy product from the manufacturers and sell the product to the users, middlemen. So literally merchandising means buying and selling products. And merchandising in our garments or apparel manufacturing business. So we are converting merchandising into apparel operations. So in apparel operations, merchandising is different issue. In apparel operations, what the merchandiser ultimately do is given here. These are the jobs of the merchandiser. So the merchandising that is given in dictionary is different. In dictionary, merchandising means buying and selling product. But these are the jobs of the apparel merchandiser. At the end of the course, you will know more details about these activities. What are the functions of the merchandisers? Merchandiser must know about price quotation. What is price quotation? Say, for an example, in apparel business, you want to sell your product to a buyer. So now we are coming to apparel merchandising. You are going to sell your product to a buyer. Here, buyer means international retailers, H&M, M&S, Lifang, So H&M, say for an example, H&M is coming to you to know more about the product details and price. So what you have to do, you have to prepare a price quotation. Maybe they interested to buy some products and they're asking you what is the price of the product. So when the issue price of the product will come, then you need to know more about uh, how to prepare or how to set the price. You have to negotiate with the buyer. We also teach you how to negotiate with the buyers. Negotiation is a very important issue. To negotiate or to deal with the international buyers, you have to have some communication skills. To communicate and negotiate effectively with the buyer, you need to have some knowledge about the apparel value chain. What is apparel value chain? Apparel value chain means that apparel is producing here in Bangladesh, but not selling in Bangladesh. It is selling in international market. Say for an example, the apparel you are manufacturing, producing here, are selling to the United States, United Kingdom, Germany, Canada. So the buyers are not here in Bangladesh, the buyers are international buyers. Or we can say that they're the ultimate consumers and buyers. H&M is a buyer, middleman. So apparel value chain begins from product design and development. Product design and development is done by the buyers, say for an example. Then after designing and developing the product, we here in Bangladesh manufacture the product. After manufacturing the product, we are sending the goods to the different destinations, including H&M's destination, Sweden, Germany, United States. So design is coming from the buyer. Manufacturing is doing here in Bangladesh, and the product is selling to the international consumers. This is apparel value chain. This is not all, because when we deal with apparel manufacturing, you have to deal with the total apparel supply chain. What are the apparel supply chain components? Number one, you need to know about the raw materials of garments. The raw materials includes, number one is fiber, fiber. Fiber is converted into yarn. Yarn is converted into fabric. Fabric is converted into dress. This is, in general, the common sense about apparel supply chain, apparel production chain. So, designing and development, and then production. Production includes fiber, yarn, fabric, also some additional issues, say for example, accessories production, washing, dyeing, printing, finishing. So you have to have a detailed about the apparel value chain. Otherwise, you cannot be the merchandiser, because as a apparel merchandiser, you have to source the raw materials. The raw materials includes number one, maybe you have to buy fabric. Sometimes buyer impose conditions that there are some nominated suppliers. You have to buy the raw materials from the nominated suppliers. So understanding about the apparel value chain is important. We will deliver a separate lecture on apparel value chain. We will deliver a separate lecture on negotiation. We will deliver separate lecture on effective communication, how the communication becomes effective. And as a apparel manufacturer, as a apparel merchandiser, you have to know about the export import process. Maybe it is not very difficult, but you have to know what are the steps of importing, what are the steps of exporting, because you are selling your product. This sales is export, because when sales are happening in the international market, when you are selling your goods to the international users, then that sale is known as export. And import means that sometimes you need to buy raw materials. Say, for an example, if you are a composite factory, maybe you have to buy US cotton, Australian cotton, CS cotton, Indian cotton, Chinese cotton. So to buy raw materials, you have to know about the import process. We will also discuss more about import process. Then you have to know about the international business, because why the H&M or buyers are coming to Bangladesh? Because of international trade, because of globalization. Why there is globalization? Globalization is because of production advantages. Here in Bangladesh, we can produce goods at lower cost. We can produce garments at lower cost. So it is a matter of factors endowment. Factor endowment means that you have labor, you have land, you have capital. So factors, land, labor, capital, and also the entrepreneurs. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurs are here in Bangladesh. And this is comparatively cheap than the United States. That's why international business is happening in between Bangladesh and United States. So international business, you have to understand about the factors of international business, because it is important to know that the textile business was started here in Bangladesh in 1980, and now it is at its peak position. But before 1980, the industry was in South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Singapore. And Singapore has developed, Taiwan has developed, Hong Kong has developed, South Korea has developed. That's why they abandoned the garments production. They started producing high value added product. So that's why we are still the manufacturers, and they abandon the production system. Before South Korea, Singapore, Taiwan, and Hong Kong, the production facility was cheap in the United States. United States was cheaper. Factors endowment, land, labor, capital, entrepreneur was favorable for garments production in the United States. But United States abandoned the production of garments, and they transferred the production facilities to Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, and South Korea. Before United States, the production was in the United Kingdom, and around 1850s, they also abandoned the production of garments. But many international market research, the design of the product is still controlling by either United Kingdom or United States. They still control the higher value-added activities in the apparel value chain. So the production has moved from United Kingdom to United States to Asia, Asia to East Asia. East Asia means South Japan, Korea, and from East Asia to Southeast Asia, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Cambodia. Now the South Asian countries are producing garments because of international business, globalization, and factors endowment, cheap production system. And this is ultimately a matter of international marketing also. So maybe you know that merchandiser is working under the marketing department. Assistant merchandiser, merchandiser, senior merchandiser, team leader, and above team leader, all the positions are marketing manager, senior marketing manager. That means apparel merchandising is ultimately under the marketing department of a company. So we will know more details about the foundations of merchandising. These are known as the foundations of merchandising. Then we will know about the other factors. Other factors, say for an example, you need to know about the price quotation. Sometimes you offer price, buyer accept the order, accept your price, or sometimes buyer send the price quotation and you accept the offer. So as a buyer, they can prepare the price quotation. As a seller, you can also prepare the price quotation. Ultimately, you have to determine what is the price of the product. And there is a matter of price negotiation. So to set the price, to negotiate the price, you have to know about the garment's costing. What do you have to know? You have to know about the garments costing and also technical specifications of the product. So how many pockets will be there? How many back pockets will be there? How many front pockets will be there? How many side pockets will be there? What type of accessories will be added? What will be the color of the accessories? What will be the color or what type of fabric the dress will need? They will give স্লাইড একটাই তো বলতেছি স্লাইড আপনার স্লাইড চেঞ্জ করার মতো অবস্থায় আসিনি এখনো So what we are going to do as a merchandiser, I am giving you today about the overview of the course, what we are going to do, contents of the course. All right, that's why maybe we will not discuss more about the slides, or we can show you these slides because these are all easy issues. So we are not discussing about the more details. We today are going to give you the outline of the course, what we are going to learn. We are going to learn from this course about the foundations of merchandising, international business, international marketing, export-import process, apparel value chain, negotiation, communication. And also we will know about the production functions of the garments companies, production functions. Then we will know about the price quotation. For price quotation, you know what is price quotation? Price quotation means how much you will charge for a product. Sometimes you send a letter to the buyer, sometimes buyer send a letter to you, or email. Letter means email also indicates media of communication. Sends email to you, and they also give you technical details of the product. It is known as technical package or technical details of the product. Sometimes they also give a sample because they ultimately design the product in their own lab. Maybe you are thinking that we have also R&D wing. Our R&D wing ultimately develops samples after receiving samples from the buyer, because our R&D wing ultimately only modify. They cannot offer a new product, just modification of the product. So you will receive a technical package with sample, and then you will ascertain the costing of your product. You will prepare a cost sheet. Maybe you know how to prepare a cost sheet. Those who are merchandisers, you know something about cost sheet preparation. And we will also know how to prepare a cost sheet. হ্যাঁ বলেন।
স্যার আমি আমাদের নামাজটা শুরু হচ্ছে, তো এখানে জামাতটা আমি নামাজটা পড়তে যাচ্ছিলাম স্যার।
নামাজ তো আপনাদের কোথায়, আপনি আপনি কোথায় নামাজ পড়বেন? নামাজ তো 5টায়।
স্যার আমি আমি এখনো ফ্যাক্টরিতে আছি।
ফ্যাক্টরিতে আছেন না?
জি স্যার, আমাদের
ঠিক
এখানে
আছে, এই যে
জামাতটা।
আপনার ওই লেকচার রেকর্ড করতেছি, তো রেকর্ড দিয়ে দিব।
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। আমি স্যার জয়েন করবো আবার
আর
নামাজটা
আমরাও
শুরু।
আমরাও খুব বেশি আজকে ডিসকাস করতে পারবো না, কারণ আমাকেও তো নামাজ পড়তে হবে।
জি স্যার। তাহলে স্যার কি 5টার সময় আমরা যেহেতু যদি হয়
5টা,
তাহলে ওকে।
অ্যারাউন্ড 5টা, সোয়া 5টায় শেষ করে দিব। কারণ
ওকে
আমি
স্যার, তাহলে
এটা শেষ করে লেকচার, আপনার নামাজ পড়বো আমিও।
তাহলে স্যার থাক,
কারণ
আমি
আজকের
থাকি
জাস্ট
স্যার।
ইন্ট্রোডাকশন, আপনাদের ইন্ট্রোডাকশন নেই নিয়ে একটু পরেই নিব। কোর্স আউটলাইনটা দেই, তারপর আপনাদের ইন্ট্রোডাকশন নিয়ে ছেড়ে দিব আজকে।
ওকে স্যার, ওকে, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
So you will get a technical package from the buyer. After knowing the technical specifications, you can do a costing. Say for an example, how much fabric do you need? How much accessories do you need? How much production manufacturing cost you need, or CM, cost of making charge, and labor charge, etc. You will add, and then you will get a price. There are several ways of price. Say for an example, cost plus profit is price. In common sense, cost plus profit is the price. Without profit, no manufacturer will manufacture any product. করবে নাকি কেউ কি আপনার প্রফিট ছাড়া প্রাইসিং করবে? করবে না। So without profit you cannot sell your product. So we will know first the costing, and then we will know how to set the price, and then when you are negotiating with the buyer, you have to know more about the payment methods. Say for an example, you need to know whether you are going to receive advance payment, whether the payment will be in LC, letter of credit. Whether the payment will be sales contract. Only there is no banking channel. You are making personal relationship. Because of personal relationship, you can sell your product. You can use sales contract. You can use, consignment approach. Consignment is another approach. That means you will manufacture the product, send the product, and they will sell the product. After selling the product in the international market, they will make your payment. So which payment methods you will use? That is important while you are negotiating price. Then you have to know about the Incoterms. Maybe some of you know about FOB, free on board. Free on board, you are selling your product and sometimes you say FOB price. So there are several international commercial terms or Incoterms. These Incoterms includes EXW, X work, FOB, free on board, CIF, cost, insurance and freight. There are 11 such Incoterms. We will also know more about Incoterms because of using Incoterms, your costing of the product increase or decrease. Say for example, FOB. FOB means you will manufacture the product and you will deliver your product to the ship. FOB price. If it is EXW price, then you will manufacture the product and you will keep the product in your factory. And the buyer will take the product from your factory. So when you are producing product and keep it in factory, the price will be lower. When you are producing the product and sending the product to the ship, the price will be higher than EXW price. All right. So we will know more about the costing, pricing, payment methods, and Incoterms. We will also know about the sampling because there are a lot of samples are developed by the sampling department of your company or R&D wing of your company, development sample, fit size sample, or PP sample, etc. So we will know more about sampling, what type of sample you have to prepare and when you have to take the approval. And after price negotiation, you confirm the order and order confirmation ultimately comes with payment method. Say for example, LC payment method. And when they confirm the payment method, it indicates that the order is confirmed. And after confirmation of the order, what you will do, you will follow the technical package and you will develop the sample product. While you are developing the sample product, you are doing a lot of jobs. Say for example, lead depth preparation, strike of print or print strike of all over print, embroidery, wash, trims and accessories, time and action calendar. You also prepare a time and action calendar. And after that, you ultimately, after getting the approval, then you book the raw materials and accessories, trims and accessories, and also raw materials as a merchandiser. These are the jobs of the merchandiser. Maybe you are thinking that merchandiser is not developing the sample, but the merchandiser must be attached with the sampling department, what they are doing. At the development stage, merchandiser is working with them. And then the merchandiser is also purchase manager. Maybe purchase is done by the supply chain manager, booking is done by the supply chain manager, but the merchandiser must know from where the raw materials are coming and when the raw materials will be available. And then after completing booking, you have to confirm the sample, pre-production sample and test sample. And after confirming the test sample and pre-production sample, you will sit with the production manager, production team, pre-production meeting. When the production will start, when the production will end, how many units per day will produce, how many production line in the garments factory you need, when the fabric will be available, when the cutting will start, when the packing will start. Lot of issues will come up here in production meeting. And after your successful production meeting, you have to follow up the production. When you will follow up the production, you have to do some special jobs. Say, for example, you have to apply operation strategy. You have to apply JIT and lean system. You have to apply advanced inventory management system. You have to design your work. You have to plan your capacity. You have to design your product and process. You have to focus when the raw materials are coming. You have to confirm quality. You have to confirm production time. You have to think about the materials requirement planning, enterprise resource planning, and after production, your inspection, after inspection, your shipment. After shipment, you have to prepare a set of commercial documents. This commercial set of documents you will send to the international buyer through bank. And after successful delivery of the product, you will get your payment. And then, so here you begin with the selling, and your selling will finish when you will receive the money in your account. And merchandiser must have track the payments. Maybe commercial department. No jobs are done by the merchandiser. Merchandiser is ultimately a liaison officer. Liaison. You are maintaining liaison with production department, with sampling department, with supply chain department, and then you have to also make liaison with the commercial department. The commercial department prepares set of documents. Say, for example, commercial invoice. They prepare number two bill of lading, or they collect the bill of lading from the shipping agency. They collect different types of test certificates. Say, for example, ASO certificate, participation test certificate. And after that, the merchandiser's jobs will be over. So ultimately, we are going to deal with different issues, including production management, including costing, including pricing, payment methods, Incoterms. If we have to deal with the development department, we have to work with the supply chain manager. As a whole, merchandising is making effective negotiation and communication with the different parties. And then you can be the successful merchandiser. So if we overlook, when you are making a price quotation, you have to know about the garments market. You have to know about the technical package. You have to know how to negotiate with the parties. You have to know how to communicate effectively. You have to know about the sourcing factors. Sourcing factors means, say, for example, from Bangladesh, it takes around 1 month to reach a product to the United States. But from China, it takes only 11 days. So, These factors are also important because if the product is first fashion product, they cannot place a order to Bangladesh. And when you are negotiating, you have to know about costing, you have to know about the price of the pricing system, you have to know about the Incoterms, you have to know about the payment methods. LC is not only methods, there are some more methods you have to know. You have to know about the sampling. We will discuss more details about sampling in our coming lecture. You have to confirm your order, and order confirmation is ultimately coming after successful negotiation of payment methods. So you will receive a sale contract, you will receive a pro forma invoice and purchase order, pro forma PI and PO, pro forma invoice and purchase order. And then after getting the pro forma invoice and purchase order, you will do this development activities. Lab dip printing, all over printing, embroidery, washing, trim accessories, and you have to prepare a merchandising planning, time and action calendar. Time and action calendar will discuss more details in separate chapter. It is known as merchandising planning. Then you have to book fabric, trims, accessories. You have to open back-to-back LCs. You have to confirm a prepare shipment plan to production team. Then, because factory will produce the product, so you have to give the shipment plan to them when you are going to ship your product. And then you have to prepare pre-production sample and test sample with actual fabric. This time, you must need the actual fabric. You must need the actual trims. You must need the actual accessories. And then your production meeting will begin. Production meeting will discuss about PP sample with final components, take back to quality and production team, counter sample for production and quality, materials in-house report, in-house materials approval, plan quality for production, size set sample from production, trim card approval. So these are ultimately the output of the pre-production meeting. Then you will send it to the production floor, and while you will produce the product, you have to know about the production strategy. We will discuss about the production strategy. We will also discuss about productivity, time, cost, quality, forecasting, product design, production process, capacity planning. These are the different issues we'll discuss. And then we will also discuss about the production plan as per the theory. Then daily production status, materials flow from store, shortage or wrong materials in house, report. And then you are getting the point that what we are going to learn from the course. As some of you are the merchandisers, you can recognize, you can get the points better than the other ones. So inspection report, QC file preparation, shipment sample sent to buying house, and then shipment. Sometimes shipment is done by the C&F agents. And finally commercial document, bill of lading, bill of exchange, packing list, commercial invoice, and then after sending the documents, you have to wait for payment. When the payment will be received from the supplier, your jobs is over as a merchandiser. So this is ultimately what we are going to learn from the course, and this is very important for you. If you wanna be the apparel merchandiser, you have to know more details about the jobs. So we'll add some values for you during the course. Around 12 to 13 lectures we'll deliver on costing, pricing, payment methods, Incoterms, production planning, sampling, foundations, say for example, how to negotiate with the buyer, what are the commercial documents, what are the export import process we will discuss. So for the moment, this is your